I just want to introduce Richard. I'll tell you, the last time he was here, it was before the trip, and we were raising funds to help him in that trip, and Northlakes, you just came through like champs. It was amazing. It was even more than I at first reported. It just kept coming in. So we're so thankful for that, and now, today, you're going to get to hear and see the results of that trip. He has talked, John and I met with him a few weeks ago, and he showed us videos. I don't know what all he's going to show you today, but he showed us videos and slides of people being baptized, people being reached. I want to tell you all about it myself, but Richard's here to do it. So welcome, Richard. Come on up.
The Lord is good all the time. I bring you greetings from the Republic of Cameroon. I bring you greetings from Republic of Nigeria. I bring you greetings from Roosevelt Church of Christ. I bring you greetings from my dear wife. To each and every one of you, that may God Almighty bless you in Jesus' mighty name. But in Cameroon, I want to say bonjour. That's good. I'm glad you even know French. Thank you. Yeah, my brothers and sisters, it's really gladdens my heart for this wonderful opportunity that the Lord has given to me, for me to be here, and of course to reconnect, or to say family reunion, to reunite together after last year. I said Happy New Year to you. Brothers and sisters, I'm here this morning to really so thankful to God, because it's not easy for us to cross over to 2019. So many challenges, so many things happening. But I'm telling you that you're always in my heart, my prayers and everything. And I want to say thank you for your prayers last year, because your prayers really works. It really works. My brothers and sisters, my text is taken from the book of Exodus, the 6th chapter. I want to speak from verses number 1 down to 8. If somebody that read it, the book of Exodus, the 6th chapter.
Then the Lord said unto Moses, Now shall I see what I will do to Pharaoh, for with a strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand he shall give them out of his land. And God spake unto Moses and said unto him, I am the Lord. And I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, by the name of God Almighty. But by my name, Jehovah, was I not known to them. And I have also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land of the image wherein they were strangers. And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, whom I have remembered my covenant.
Thank you so much. My brothers and sisters, we go to verse 6 now. That's down to 8.
Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out. I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with great
judgment.
Okay, judgments.
Yeah.
Judgments. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you out of, you can't read it, out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you into the land concerning the which I did swear to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And I will give it for an heritage. I am the Lord.
Amen. My brothers and sisters, brother, thank you so much. If you can dim a little bit light there, that will be amazing. If you can make the light to be a little bit dim so that we can see the screen more clearer. My topic I would like to speak this morning would be hope for the heavy heart. Hope for the heavy heart. I can see my beloved brother, my beloved father. I'm talking about Brother Ed Roth. I take him as my dad because I've seen the son that is big, like myself. So it is a friend that God has made it amazingly for us to reconnect. In fact, I'm feeling as if we knew ourselves for over 10 years because of the bond and the relationship. My brothers and sisters, I can see his heart, how he was so heavy this morning because of the politics and things that is going wrong. You know, his heart is heavy. Speaking this morning, have you ever find yourself in a situation that seems to be no avenue of escape, seems to be things are so tough, you're trying to do this, things doesn't work, you're trying to go here. Have you ever experienced things like that, challenges in your life, and things is so hard, seems like there is no way, seems like darkness? My brothers and sisters, this is the way the children of Israel found themselves this morning, according to the passage. My brothers and sisters, as you know, the story of the children of Israel have been 400 years in bondage, in slavery in Egypt. Every night they're crying, going to bed with a pillow stained tears, crying with the heart backbreaking of breaking bricks, crying for the deliverance, for Redeemer. They were crying to the Lord all day for freedom, crying for the Lord for frustration. But God, being a faithful God, sent Moses, who brought up under the splendor of Pharaoh, that God sent him to go and serve as a redeemer to deliver the children of Israel out of the bondage. You know the story, how it happened. Moses, born at the time that Pharaoh decreed that all the male child should be killed in Egypt, and the mom fashioned him in the way that he put him in the basket and flow in the Nile River. And then God moved Pharaoh's daughters to go and bathe in the river, leaving a cold and hot running water in the palace, to go there so that he can found the baby flowing on the Nile. Then he saw the baby crying, the basket was flowing, and he saw the baby and he picked. Behold, the sister Miriam was there, run forward and asked, "Do you need somebody to take care of this baby for you?" He said, "Please." He ran over and called Moses' very mom to come and be the one to take care of his own son. He took care of Moses, and he grew up. Moses knew, though he studied in Egypt, he wasn't an Egyptian. My brother, it's a time that we need to tell our children that whatever things happening in the world, we are in the world, but we are not of the world. My brothers and sisters, we need to tell them that we should put God in whatever things that we do. Moses grew up there, and then he thought he could move so fast, just like some of us. One day he saw the two children, the children of Israel. And the soldiers were doing what? Treating them bad. Moses beat one and beat the soldier and killed in the sand, in the desert. Then after 1 week, he saw the two children of Israel arguing, fighting. He was trying to separate them. One said, "Do you want to kill us as you killed soldier the other week?" Oh, Moses did what? He took a fugitive. He escaped Egyptian law and ran into the backside of the Midian desert. There, he experienced tough time. He experienced hardship. He experienced burden. My brothers, God was putting him there for training. God was putting him there for a purpose. So when you find hardship and challenges in your life, don't give up, because God knew why he put you there. He wants you to graduate from that circumstances. He wants to develop you so that you can withstand the challenges in future. Then Moses had to go back after 80 years to deliver the children of Israel. My brothers and sisters, because I don't want to spend more time, I want to speak about the hope for the heavy heart. Their heart was so heavy. And going into the passage, from the passage I'm taking from verse 6 of our text. Verse 6, look at your Bible, what verse 6 says. He said, wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of Egyptian, and I will write you out of the bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with great judgment. My brothers and sisters, God cares about our frustration. Some of us are so frustrated. I want to tell you that God cares about our frustration. And then, looking into this passage, the children of Israel were frustrated. They were crying, looking for the Redeemer. God seeing that, looking into their burden. My brothers and sisters, look at the two words there, burdens and bondage. Burden is worriness. We worried about our jobs. We worried about our families, our children. We worry about things, things that is going back into our countries. We worry about so many things. While the bondage is a mood of being incarcerated. The mood is being, you don't have right. Sometimes somebody's putting you in a situation that you cannot find yourself out. My brothers and sisters, God said, I will take you out. That's God's case about our frustration. Then the second thing is God cares about our freedom. God cares about our freedom. The children of Israel were there in Egypt for 400 years in slavery. 400 years. Then God sees it, and he said in verse 1 of that verse 6, he said to Moses, then the Lord said unto Moses, now shalt thou see what I will do to Pharaoh. Look at that. He said, for with a strong hand shall he let them go. My brothers and sisters, God needs his children to be free from bondage. He needs his children to be free from the political instability, from the law that is against the God's law. God wants us to be free. And he said, when a son of man made you free, you are free indeed. The third thing is God cares about our fellowship. God cares about our fellowship. If you read that, the last verse 8 of the passage, God said, I will take you to the promised land, the land that I promised to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. He won. Then if you see that at the end, if you read down, you will see that the Passover, the Passover meal was celebrated after 40 years. It was a lot of joy, a lot of fellowship. He said, I will call you to be for my people. I will be your God. My brother, when you have God by your side, all things are possible with God. When you have God by your side, you don't fear nothing. Now, that took me to my last year, 2018 Cameroon African mission trip. My brother all started at the beginning, early month of October, when Brother Ed said give me a call. I never knew him before. Well, we scheduled to meet. Things never be the same. I couldn't believe, to be honest, that I would be able to succeed for last year missionary work, because as at the month of October, I was supposed to leave on November. There was no money. I remember he asked me at the Caribou Coffee, how much money, Richard, do you have so far? I said, none, even a dime. But then I need to leave for mission the next month. You can see the faith in God. And he said, okay, I will discuss to my congregation about this. And that is my mind was just like Isaiah. I answered a call, like Isaiah said, also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here I am, send me. I was just saying, I surrender to my job, I surrender to my family, I will go there. But there was no means. But he said, Brother Richard, I will see what will be the outcome. He left me, and I did not know what to do. I'm showing you the map of Cameroon. As you can see, Nigeria here, the map of Nigeria here. The map of Cameroon is there. Cameroon made up of 10 states, just like America, 50 states. Cameroon is only 10. And this is the problem. You might have heard about the problem in Cameroon. The problem is here in the north and southwest. This is the two states here formerly belongs to Nigeria. In 1960s, during the plebiscite, the United Nations asked these two states if they want to belong to Nigeria or they want to belong to Cameroon, the French. They said they want to belong to Cameroon. That is the plebiscite. So when they come back to belong to their brothers, French, Cameroon here, they really maltreating it. I'm using the passage of Egypt. You put yourself into the children of Israel in Egypt. These people really suffered a lot. They took all the natural resources from Cameroon, in the whole Cameroon, to feed the French speaking from these two countries. They have oil, they have forest timbers and all that. But the place is so poor. The people are not, they don't share the bad roads. People are poor. They don't even hire their citizens over 35 years. No hiring. So the situation was so pathetic. So I'm just showing the map of Cameroon and Nigeria. Then I left here, and I'm also showing you the African map. Look at where the Cameroon are being located. Then look at the states, as I'm showing you the 10 states made of Cameroon, so that you can see that in the map. Now, recently, as I'm showing you the story me and Brother Ed made, this is the last I happened to speak here. I want to say to you that it is really a source of my inspiration. He inspired me because I burst my heart in tears the very day I was speaking here last time when he came and announced the total sum that I was even about. I did not know what happened in Nigeria and Cameroon, that he would take even more than double of what I was asking for. But he came and announced that this congregation is going to provide, not only is going to issue the check of $6,000 for that trip. My brother and sister, he inspired me. Nobody ever done before. I was moved with tears, and the whole congregation were singing, praying for that trip to happen. Bless me. So I want to dedicate the work to Almighty God, and I want to dedicate the work of last year to all of you, because there is nothing that 69 souls cannot be buying in 6,000, even $1 million. You cannot purchase 6,000 souls and 120 being restored, bring back to the Lord. Money cannot afford that. But I'm telling you, your prayers really works, and your love overwhelmingly. Everybody are praying for you. Some are sending emails that I will forward to Brother Ed. So this is why I was inspired last year. Then I couldn't waste time. I bought a ticket. I couldn't waste time. I bought a ticket the next day, which was November. I said, I'm going. You know the challenge is what happened? When I left, Brother Stacy, who is my friend who introduced me to Eddie, called me, said, Brother Richard, I don't think you will make it to Cameroon this time because the war, it is a political instability in that country. Killing, it's not safe. United States Embassy in Cameroon said no citizen of America should come there, should not land because it is dangerous. Live killings. Now what happened? The two English states, protested. Said, no, have been in bondage right from 1960. I want the freedom because God cares about the freedom. You need to let us go and be on our own. We need to save our God. We need to take care of our children. We need to go to school. They're crying. But the government said, no, you wouldn't go. You wouldn't go. So now it's a lot of fighting that this is me. When I land Nigeria, this is Lagos. The state from the brother said is from there. I landed in Lagos in Nigeria. I spent a night there in Lagos in the hotel before I flew back to my state at Calabar. It's not far from where Lagos. So from there, I had to take a speedboat. Imagine taking a little boat on Atlantic Ocean. Oh, you see the wave, how the wave is turning the water. With the gago, I had to charter that because there was no way. Because of the fighting, it was so tough. There is no other means to go there. So I was looking into the things that we ship. We ship all these big giant things. These are the things, school supplies, over-the-counter medications, shoes, clothing, Bibles, toiletries. And we ship so many things down there that are already there waiting for me. How can I cancel that? My brothers and sisters, the number one challenge that my own dad, when my sister called my father that I'm already in the country, I don't know how he managed to get my local phone number. He called me. He said, son, cancel Cameroon trip this year. Don't go there. I said, my dad. I told my dad, how can I? In fact, let me tell you, I was supposed to travel with a brother in Roosevelt Church to last year. But as at the time I left, he said, no, after I already bought 2 tickets, he canceled it. He said, I'm not coming. He canceled that, and the ticket is not refundable. So I left. I couldn't stop. I asked my wife, should I go? How will you take care of the children if something happened to me? He said, God sent you to go. You won't die. You will come back alive. Amen. My brother and sister, that was the last straw that really moved me. Because if my wife can say, go, you won't die, and my wife is very, very so spiritual, I've never seen. She's somebody that things in my life will not be like this if not her. She's somebody that is moving. When she prayed, she said, go, nothing will happen to you. And so shall that happen. And I left. I crossed over to Cameroon. I did not listen to my dad. What would I do? I told my dad, okay, Dad, I've heard you, but I will still go to Cameroon. I'm sorry. Not that I disobeyed your voice, but I have to go. I'll need to listen to God first. God called me on the mission. I need to listen to that mission. I need to fulfill, just like Moses. I know the going is going to be tough. I know the going is not easy, but I surrender my life that God will take care of me. Like David saying in Psalm 23, he said, thy rod and thy staff, that will comfort you. I will prepare a table before in the presence of your enemies. Your enemies will only see me eating in the Lord's table. The enemy will not do me nothing. I will go. The Lord will be with me even to the end. My brothers, I left. I chartered that speedboat as you see. I left. And reaching Cameroon, I have already a plan. This is the brother, a preacher in Cameroon, Brother Aaron. He already arranged the 3 gentlemen that work with me there. I did not waste time. I had to display the reading glasses for people they would are so desperately looking for reading, something to read their Bibles, something. So I had to put them on the table and display it. And then after finishing that, I had to go to a different city. You see this? These are the bad boys, the bad rebels. That is what I'm telling. These are the people that fight. That is the people that freedom fighter that are fighting with the government. Have you ever heard what they call black magic? This is the black magic. You can use the weapon and hit and shot them. The bullet would not go there. It is true. These people are like animals. They don't fear nobody. They kill. Their mission is to kill and to destroy. But you see, this is the midst of where I enter. After I left Buya, I decided to go to a different city to visit orphanage. There is orphanage there run by a sister in Christ, Sister Diana. You will see her there. So I brought so many things to give to that orphanage because the things are very tough. They are killing so many parents and leaving the children useless there. And the woman, when I went last year, it was 30, but now it's almost 65 children there. It is alarming. Even you will see the building, they do expansion of their place. It is so pathetic that when I entered there to see, I shed tears. And when you see what happened, on my way to that city called Kumba, I reached the halfway. I met the French soldiers, the French military, putting a block on the road. So when I went there, they saw me with the driver. I chartered the vehicle. I hired the vehicle with me and that person. And you know what I did? I put Abilene Christian University singer. They were singing on that inside the vehicle for me, inspiring me. So when we reached the last control before the middle of that city, that is the halfway to that city, I saw the French military. They told me I should go back. I should return back to where I came from, that I will not reach there. I said, why? They said, these bad guys are there on the way, and there is no way I will come back alive. I waited for 5 minutes. I tell the man, what will happen if I go? He said, 2 things will happen. 1, they will kidnap you and ask ransom by either American government or Cameroon government. And if they don't they don't last 30 minutes, they will kill you. If you go, you will remember my word. That is what the French soldier told me. I waited. My mind was looking into so much thing I took over there, looking at my trip from 10,000 miles from America to Nigeria, from Nigeria to Cameroon, and then going back without giving this. My heart wasn't. I told the man, the military, for me to die is Christ. For me to live, for me to die is gain. For me to live is Christ. I'm going.
Amen.
The man said, I've never seen this kind of pastor before. I said, I'm going. And I went, my brothers and sisters, on the road. This is what I saw on the road. There is no other vehicle passing me. It's only my vehicle going. And what I saw, burn houses. This is the truck who carries petrol tankers and the truck that they burn it alive. I'm talking about this. You see the truck and you can see the fire burning houses, bullets on the way. These are the way. And people disposing their houses, exodus of people moving to a different city looking for safety. Even the church building in the city of Buya and Limbe, where I came from, whereby the French soldiers are guiding those cities because of the oil refinery. Those are the way people are running for safety. People are sleeping inside the church building. They don't eat, some of them. If you see the situation, you will remove even your own shirt, your own clothes, and give to people. You will see that they don't have some of them were working in plantations, rubber and banana plantations. Some of them were doing farming. Some of them were taking care of, but there are no more jobs. Some little girls are doing prostitution to survive themselves. Some are crying, being in the churchy building there. And it is really so tough. Really so tough what I saw there. Then look at there in the hotel that I was lodging, I met these Europeans. They are lodging there in Chariot Hotel. Those people are NGO, non-governmental organization called Doctors Without Borders. So they were there treating those people that they escaped the bullet. They are treating with ambulance there to look. So we were working together with them. I had to give them the reading glasses and over the medication or the counter medication. They were so happy to get those supplies from America, and they worked with me in Cameroon. Some of them, as you can see me, some of them are from Britain, some of them are from Brazil, some of them are from Norway. They were working there with me in the hotel. But let me tell you how God helped me. That same day that I passed I went to Kumba safely. When I passed the control, the military, I went there safely to the orphanage, and I delivered all the things I brought from America to them. And as you can see, I will show you the picture. This is the orphanage that I went. They gave me the guest certificate or register. I signed, as you see me signing. This is the woman running the orphanage there in Kumba, in Kumba City. So I arrived there, and then these are the children running to come and receive me, all the orphans. So I received them, the shoes and clothing, all the things I brought to them, I had to share to them. And this one was there and last year I went, but now he grew up to 14 years. So when you grow up to 15 years, you need to learn a trade and then see how to be independent. So this one, like this one, he was there now. He's the one he learned bricklaying. He's the one helping to use the manual work to expand the place. So this is the woman running. So they show me all the places. And I have to give them the school supplies, the pencils, pen, clothing, as you see there. I had to be able to move everything to the woman. And then I had to provide her with financial support, the money that she will use to run the place. They were so happy. Everybody was so enthusiastic. And that is the joy that I feel, that even if I die, I know that people are smiling. People are thanking God for you and for God to bring a smile into somebody's life once again. It is amazing. So I did that. And this is where they are sleeping. You can see the double bunk bed. They are sleeping. Some of them no mattress. They're in the bed. They're just sleeping there. You can see this is where they are cooking their food. And look at one of them were sleeping here. So the place is so pathetic. They need more help to get the sleeping material, the mattress, and the mosquito net, to put the mosquito net so that the mosquito will not bite them to give them malaria. So those are some of the needs there. So it was so hot. This is me. You see, I'm sweating in their kitchen where they're cooking food for them. It was so hot then. They're looking for where, these are the building. They're still looking for help to put the windows or net there on the window in there. So I finished there. So my way back, this is where something happened. On my going back to the hotel in a different city will be about 1.5 mile, drive. So going back, immediately I left Kumba. Remember, I arrived there safely, nothing on the way, as I was told. But the road was nobody, so quiet. They call it ghost town, ghost town. So coming back, this is where I met those bad boys, my brothers and sisters. I enter a small village called Ediki. Ediki's village is the bad boys already, they've driven all the villagers out and took over the control of that city. So when I returned, I met them standing by both sides of the road. 5 of them here, 5 of them here, with the big machine guns. All of them, my brothers and sisters, I was broke. That was when I knew that I would not make it. That is, in fact, my faith in God was really deepened right from that moment. Because when I came down, I entered into their middle, they were standing on, this is the road here. This is the small hill. The road was just exactly down like this, but the hill was a little bit higher. All of them were lining up, this other side and this other side, putting gun. Oh, when my vehicle came into their middle, and I was looking at them through the mirror, the glass, the window. The man shouted at me, "Stop!" And he took the gun. My brothers and sisters, I put my face on the window screen. I know that they are shooting me, and I hold my breath and say, "Jesus." I just thought they were killing me. I closed my eye. But what happened that my driver did not stop. He slowed down. He drove very slowly. and it still not stop the car completely. The car was still running, and they were putting the gun like this on us, on the vehicle. I thought they were going to blast my head, but we passed them, and I was shocked, almost getting to passing there to have blood before I opened my eyes. I look at, I'm still alive. They didn't shoot me. I said, where? I was shocked complete that day till I reached the hotel. I was on the ground. I was sitting on the ground. I didn't know myself. And those military saw us back. They said, you people again coming back alive? Oh my God. Those people say, we never seen this kind of pastor in our life before. These are the real pastors. That's what they call me. These are the real pastors. My brother and sister said, there is no way you can go there and come back. But you people did that with the registration of number plate of this, because the number plate of the vehicle we use, I did not even know that they are against that, because it is showing the French side number plate. It's not the English-speaking state. So the number plate was a French side number plate, whereby those are the targeting people they are looking for, because they believe that they are the one marginalizing them. They are the one they are looking for. But we are using a wrong vehicle, but yet God still not allowed them to shoot us. Yes. That's why the military told us that with this number plate, there is no way you can come if not God is by your side. My brother and sister, that deepened my relationship with God. And when the people of Cameroon heard about the story, you know what they told us? They came to the hotel. They told me, Brother Richard, we can believe now that your intention to work in our country is so genuine, is so transparent. There is nothing in your heart that is hidden, or you don't even have blood in your hand. Otherwise, you would not come back live. If you have had a blood like abortion, like what Eddie is talking, doing killing some other person and doing, you will not come back alive. They will shoot you. That will be your end. And that is true. Do you know that before we left the place, those same people killed a Catholic priest? They killed him there. That same moment, they killed the Catholic priest and one other member in the vehicle. And then they killed one other woman and the husband, not far from there. That same moment, in a cold-blooded. So, then now look at me. I came back alive. It was a big everywhere giving a phone call in Cameroon. I returned to Buya, where we have a 4-day gospel lectureship. 4-day gospel lectureship in the city of Buya. So I had to give men and women reading glasses, clothing, over-the-counter medications, sharing those things to people there. As you can see there, people were thanking God. Women and children were testing clothing and all that. So I had to do the sharing myself, so that to make sure that those things will reach to every person. I had to involve in making sure that I direct the thing to reach to people there. And I speak in Cameroon. I preach the gospel there. Personal evangelism. These are the members of the Catholic Church. When they hear that we are having a gospel lectureship, they came. So I had to preach to them individually as a personal evangelism. So at the end, look at them. They surrendered their life to Jesus. They were baptized, as you can see them there on the water pool. So the church in in Buya, have a pool, a baptistry. So I used that and then baptized them. And that is me with Brother Aaron, and holding the boy who was baptized out of the pool. And the boy was happy that he's free. You can see the freedom from sin, the freedom of bondage of sin. He was free, and God blessed him, and he was going home rejoicing. And that is then, and I had to give him a new Bible, the Bible that he can be studying Jesus. And he's doing well. They called me that his own village, they did not have church, but he's trying to open one there. So that's why they called me, that they need me to come and evangelize that place for him. I said, by God's grace, I will see. So that is him there. So I had to provide meal, food for the participant, people that came to that lectureship. Some of them came from villages, and I need to feed them each day one time, one lunch. I need to give them lunch. So that's why you see them eating there. And That's what happened. So about 110 men were there in attendance, women 185, children 86. Visitors did not come there apart from those two Catholic members. Then the total was 325 people in attendance that was on that day. So that's what happened there in Cameroon. So I finished Cameroon and then moved into Nigeria because I had to start from Cameroon, then coming back. So coming back in Nigeria, I had to provide this banner and telling the people that all those things they received is not from Brother Richard, but it is you. All are brethren from United States. That is why that banner I'm putting African Gospel Mission Outreach and Free Medical Care sponsored by the Churches of Christ in the United States and the brethren. Just I am only the instrument that God is using to give them those things. So that's everybody. We're so happy. They are sending me emails to Brother Ed that I will give him. I think he will share next Sunday to you. I will forward it to him when I'm done. So this is me preaching in Nigeria. Immediately I step into Nigeria. My brother, over 15 congregations I speak in Nigeria. I couldn't sleep. That's why my wife said, when you go back next time, you need to find a day or two for yourself. Because so many things I'm supposed even to do for myself, I don't even remember. I don't even do because people are following me. I'm telling you, right from one congregation I started here in Nigeria, everywhere I go, people want to listen. I asked them, why do you want to listen? He said, the way of preaching is different from the way we preach over there. I said, why? He said, when we are preaching, people are sleeping. When people are the preacher, people will be sleeping in the church. People will be sleeping. But when you are preaching, we cannot sleep again. We don't even want you to stop. Please come and train our preachers again for them to really update. I said, well, that is a good point. And it's true. That is a good point that the church that the preacher is teaching and is preaching in the way that you will see that congregation, you will see so many members, so many people. So my brothers and sisters, I had to visit the school that I was trained in Nigeria, Nigerian Christian Institute. This is a school of Bible I was trained before I came back to Abilene and do refresher courses in the United States. But that's where I started training for Bible. Each year you used to do lectureship, annual lectureship. So they always want me to speak. So I was given opportunity to speak last year on our God's legacy. So I was speaking on the God's legacy. So you can see the student, the school made up of high school, made up of secondary school, that is the middle school. Here they made up of high school and college. So these are people gathered to listen to me in Nigeria. At the end of the preaching, we had 26 souls came forward to be baptized one time. That is them standing there. After the invitation was sent, you see people coming out. It was amazing that all those want to be baptized. I couldn't waste time. I enter into the baptistry as they have like this. I baptized them, my brothers and sisters. I baptized them like, I don't know what to do. Those are the people that baptized there that day, as you can see that in that college. So the total of the baptism that day was 26. Then I continue again to another congregation. That one was over 1,000 members, worshippers in that congregation. So I speak there in that congregation. At the end, we had all these souls coming out. This is the time we need to go to the river. We need to walk to the river and sweat to go there because it is a little bit far, but we need to go. This is me going down to the water to baptize the people there that answered the call, the gospel call. So I baptized them, and then this is the hospital. I had to go to the hospital and the assisted living homes to visit all these people in the hospital in Nigeria, and then continue giving people reading glasses, and then preaching house to house to the people there in Nigeria. And then speaking in different congregations. Every day, people were waiting to listen to me there. So I have interpreter. This young man was interpreting for me in the local dialect. just like our brother is speaking Yoruba, I speak Ibibio. So I speak over 6 languages, but sometimes I will use a language that people can understand. So like this one, I was speaking, this other person, because we have other people coming over, 6 congregations, 6 churches came together to meet in that village. It was huge number, because people hear that people are coming from United States to give them things. It was a lot of people, even to the point that the city mayor, the mayor of the city had to come. We call it local government chairman. He came there to witness that. You will see him. So I was speaking, and people also baptized. This river was scary, very, very scary, because it was red in color. You don't even see where you put your foot there. It was scary, and it was frightened that when I went, I did not want to enter first. I tell the person who came out to be baptized to go first. He refused. He refused to go. So the preacher who followed us, the preacher of that local congregation, he told them, he asked the person, go first. And he doesn't want to go first. He want me, visitor, to go first. So it was what happened. The water was a kind of scary. I said, is there any crocodile in that water? They said, no crocodile. So I had to go in by faith in God. I had to walk into the water and minister the baptism, as you see. So at the end, it was so tough that people need to help me to dress up and do that. So this is me trying to dress up. And the water was inside the forest. I had to walk inside there to do the baptism and then finish the baptism. We went back to the church to continue, and this is the chairman, the local government chairman, is just like a mayor of the city. He came, the man testified that here in this country, we've never seen the government taking care of their citizens, to give their citizens something like this for free. No. Even though you voted for them to go into the Senate, to go into the House, they never remember the voters. They will not give you things like this, but look at you coming from America with all this to sacrifice to do this. So he came and gave the speech. That is him talking here with the elders. So I hand over those things I brought in to the elders of the congregation. This is one of the elders in Nigeria there. So he took it and hand over the medicines, all those things to people there. The congregation had to witness the sharing of those things in Nigeria. So this one, before my driver, somebody who was driving me, this is him here. He was my driver throughout the period of a month and 1 week. He was my driver there. But as I was preaching, in fact, the very day that I was to go, I said, you witness all the people, almost 60-something people baptizing, but you don't even think about your life. You know, that very morning before I left for airport, he told me, want to be baptized. Amen. My brother and sisters, he baptized, and then I know that my mission is complete. I baptized him in Nigeria, and then before I leave. So this is the other congregations I went and still distributing those things, the clothing, medicines, toothpaste, toothbrush, antacid, all those things. So it is school supplies for kids, as I did there in Nigeria. This is that cold and cough medicines. That is what I had to give it out. Those are the things. Then I had to pay. I hired these two boys to help me sharing those things. And then I also hired 2 nurses to explain how to use those medication. You can see one of them here. You will see them there. I had to hire. And this is the man. He's a preacher, but people, it is a dwarf. You know, in a society that you don't have people that look like him, he was rejected. People just look at him. When he passed on the road, everybody will be seeing him, and they don't even, he's not having a job. So I had to provide a financial assistance for him to start a petty trade, a small trading. Buy something and sell it and get. So I had to give him money. This is his son. This is the father, this is his son. And this his son can memorize 5 passages of the scripture. He can memorize Ephesians chapter 6, children obey the parent in the Lord, for this is right. So he is so smart in school. Up to that point that I received, the city mayor give this a scholarship that same day. Because of that. So it was a very big ceremony in Nigeria there. So the 16 congregations, everybody was so happy. Women were getting reading glasses. They were so smiling. My brother, nothing in this life that for you to put a smile in another person's face. This is what you experience, the joy of salvation. Men and women were happy praying for you. So you can see all that the population of people gathered was more than open market to receive those things in Nigeria, as you can see, clothing, and I had to talk and all that, as you can see that. So people baptized, and I had to give this one Bible too. It was also a newly baptized souls. Each city I enter, people are baptized. This is me coming out of that water to wipe my leg, before I can dress. So that is me there standing there. So you can see all those things. This is a blind man. So, but everywhere, this blind man, they brought it also to get things, medicine and all that, little money to take care of himself. So that is the blind man they brought to me. That is me. You see how I'm sweating? I'm sweating. I need to be wiping. Temperature is over 120 degrees. It's so hot. Then moving from that hot weather to the freezing, that my pipe, the water of my pipe, the pipe was busted yesterday. My brother and sister, it's unbelievable. God is so good. God is merciful. Look at the temperature. These are the people coming out to surrender, to restore. This one was baptized, but he decided to went back to the world. So he came back. Some of those people will be kneeling down, coming back to Jesus Christ. My brothers and sisters, people, some may not read the Bible, but they are reading the good things that they are doing. When you love people, Jesus said in John chapter 15, verse 34, 35. He said, by this, people will know that you are my disciples. The Christianity is practical. It's no more theoretical. Yeah, you preach Genesis to Revelation. People want to see. Jesus said, you will do all these things more than I do. Jesus was not in Cameroon, but you can do that to make people see like Jesus did. By your means, by your materials. But brothers and sisters, these are what happened. People were blessed. People were glorifying God in every way in the city. People were, even up till now, my parents are still calling me. So people are still coming into the house asking, is he still in Africa? If I'm still in Africa. People are so, like these children, he's having, look at their head, he's having fungi. Hydrocortisone, I was taking hydrocortisone, they put those children in the head, and these are the nurses who work with me. I had to go and hire 2 nurses to work there and move with me and work with that, and telling people how to take those medications, explaining. So, this is a very tough work. You can see me sweating, cleaning sweat in my head. Its temperature was so hot, and people were so happy. People were so happy, and all these things, my brothers and sisters, as you are seeing all those cargoes, it is true that Lord, the God answers prayers. I preach over 15 different places and 15 different congregations, schools, and everything. So, and also a widow. This widow don't have a husband. Look at what is covered in a house. He need even a roof. If you see any person that can provide a roof, please, before the winter, that will help. So those are the help, my brother. I'm just telling you that God will continue to bless each and every one of you. I wouldn't have succeeded in this without you. One broom cannot sweep the floor. When you put the broom like this, you'll be able to sweep it clearly. And God will continue to bless you and bless your preacher and every one of you. I wouldn't succeed. What your money has done is not what I cannot explain. And the numbers I'm giving you, 69 souls, is to God's glory. I don't take that glory for myself, but I'm taking and giving God the glory, and then praying God to continue to strengthen you and to continue to bless you. If it is a will of God, if you want to come to even Nigeria for 1 week, you can come, but I will still go this year by August, by God's grace. I pray God, I have a vision that I will go back again in the month of August. Nothing will happen to me with God. But God, in my side, by my side, I will succeed it. Some people said, what you are doing, some people will go and sell those materials and take it and sell it and take the money and put it in the pocket. I said, what am I going? I abandon my bills in the house, abandon my jobs, abandon everything and go for this, for that period of time. I come here and struggling to pay bills, but people are being happy and being praising God because of you. Thank you so much, my brothers and sisters. God will continue to bless you. But that is why I'm saying God cares about our freedom. God cares about our frustration. God cares about our fellowship. Let us continue to do, because the feel is, Jesus speaking in Matthew chapter 9, he said, indeed, when he saw the people being desperately, being rejected, Jesus said, indeed, the field is so what? Is so ripe, but the laborers are few. That we should pray God for the God of harvest to send more laborers in his vineyard. It is indeed the work in Cameroon in particularly is still more. There is no way one individual can meet a growing demand of assistance. So we need people. Even if you want to come in a safe area like Nigeria to help in whatever ways to expand to other places, God will bless you. A little resources you can help would go a long way to help. I told my wife this year, maybe she's going to accompany me to go by August. She said, we'll think about it. But that is what we want to say. If you think about it to involve yourself in that mission, please let me know, and God will bless you. If you want to donate anything, both materials and financial assistance, see with the preacher. I have in mind to tell him that this congregation, they have elders. If you want to do the to coordinate both those materials and financial assistance, you can reach out to other congregations, do it, then I can work under you, then make account of how everything is being used, and then you coordinate the missionary work going forward. If you want to do that, I will be humble to give you that ministry to do that. God, thank you so much. May God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen.